I've nearly burnt down this whole magical man cave, and in this video I'm going to explain not only why in terms of story time, but also a bit of a warning so that you guys don't do that too. So this magical man cave is not as primitive as it may at first look. It's actually full of technology. So if the door opens, it turns on the lights, it changes the colour. My wife's literally just been in, which I might show you because it should be in the blooper reel. It may first appear. Hello, I'm recording. So, and when she did, all the lights changed and the fridge turned on and all that sort of stuff, and obviously because I'm recording I don't want the fridge to be on, so all of that sort of stuff happens automatically just when the door opens. So although it was quite annoying at that point, it's an illustration of the sort of thing that can happen when technology goes wrong. And this is really what this video is about. It's a bit of a cautionary tale, so I'll explain how I nearly burned down this entire magical man cave. So because it used to be a single skin garage, it used to be quite cold out here, and so I had to insulate it and upgrade it and basically turn it from a single skin concrete garage into what you see now. Now if you want to find out more information about all of that and see the whole process, there's a video that I've linked up here that will show you how I did it. But essentially what I wanted to do is to work out a way of heating it up. Insulation's fine, but all insulation does is to keep it at whatever temperature it already is. And so if it's really cold, and if it gets really cold, and it will eventually, regardless of how much you insulate it, you also need to heat it up. And so what I've done is to buy a Dimplex Optimist fireplace, and I did a lot of research and I found the one that looks as realistic as it can be, which is this sort of misty kind of flame effect, and also the flames smell like chocolate, which I think is really super cool. And if you want to find out a bit more about that, there's another video just up here. Because I wanted to make sure that this place stayed a fairly even temperature, I needed some sort of thermostat. And being a techie, being a bit of a programmer, I kind of thought I can do this myself. I've got a whole load of sensors, including thermostats on the Apple iPod hub thing and the Amazon thing. I won't say the name in case I start triggering your own devices. I've got other devices as well all around the man cave that sort of measure the temperature and that sort of thing. As part of this video I'm going to be showing you a chart so that you can see the temperature, because here's the story time. Are you ready? So what happened was, about 3 weeks ago I went to Spain on holiday for just over a week.
Meanwhile, in sunny Spain,
being the smart, intelligent person that I was, I had full faith in my infinite brain power and how wonderful this idea was to control my electric fire using all of the programming and sensors and stuff that I'd sorted out, which kind of would have worked had the internet not gone off. So what happened was that the fireplace received the signal, it's too cold, it turned on the fireplace. Everything's working fine at this point, except that the internet went down. Now I'm not going to get into the DHCP reservations and all the techie stuff, but basically I've got two networks, one in the house and one in the man cave, and the one in the house went down temporarily, which killed the one in the man cave. The one on the house went back up again, and everything was fine in the house, but not out here, which means that the fireplace didn't get the signal to turn off because it was too hot.
The skull is yelling from the wall. The cave's a sauna, mate, that's all. My heater's stuck on lava mode. The cave's so hot it might explode.
It reached that point where it just went, okay, it's too hot, but because the internet was off, it never actually received that off signal. And that's a big problem. So I've previously had a similar sort of issue where I just did it manually at this point. So I turned it on and I forgot to turn it off. And I mean, I was in the house, it wasn't the end of the world, but I did come here and it was incredibly warm. So I put my hand on the leather. It was warm to touch, which was my first clue that some things were really bad, except maybe where I opened the door and steam poured out like some Swedish sauna. Anyway, if you want to know how hot it got in here, I was on holiday in Spain and I got this notification. Now, do you remember I said that the house network was still on? Well, the Echo device up in the corner is actually on that network instead of on this network. And I did that because that was one of the first things that I actually set up in here, and it was still on the old network, which was actually quite a good thing, because what I wanted to do, I noticed that the security camera was off. I got an alert saying this has gone off, there's a problem. So I then tried to log in, couldn't. So I then said, what's the temperature like in there then? and the response came back 53 degrees centigrade. And for those Americans watching, that's about 127.5 degrees Fahrenheit. It was really hot, and I just thought if it keeps on going at this sort of level, it will burn the whole place down. So I had to call my mother-in-law, who was 2 hours away from where I live, and I called my stepson, who was an hour away from where I live, and just said, is there any chance you can just go and turn off the fireplace? All you need to do is flick this switch in the kitchen and the whole of the man cave will turn off, and that's all I really want. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about the fridge going off. I don't care about the ice maker resetting. I don't care about anything. I just want everything to be killed so it doesn't burn the place down. Now we've got a key safe on the side of the building which I put in pretty much the week I got home. There is a code that I can give to people so that they can access our house so that this sort of thing never actually happens again, because I was up all night on the first night of my holiday just terrified that I was going to burn the house down, which is possibly why I got ill on holiday, because I didn't get enough sleep the first night. But there we go. I'm just cautioning you, please don't do this yourself. Don't do the stupid things that I've done. I'm sure that most people probably wouldn't, but if you're trying to automate things, if it comes to something that's safety critical, take it from me, you need some sort of redundancy in there, whether it's a power surge switch off or a power consumption monitor that switches off, or some sort of automatic thermostat that cuts the power, some sort of way of disabling everything. It might even be just sending a text message to this little device, and you can get one of those sorts of things which then just kills the power. Some sort of way of turning it off. Ideally don't leave it unattended anyway, or just unplug it before you go on holiday and then everything's going to be fine. But please just make sure that safety's first. So that's my story. That's how I nearly burned down the magical man cave. I know this vibe's slightly different, but if you did like it, please click that like button, subscribe, ding that bell. All of that sort of stuff is completely free for you, and it does also really help out this channel. If you want to see this sort of video content and others before everybody else, you can become a member of this channel for £1.99 per month. The links are down in the description. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again next time with some more magical awesomeness. But until next time, as always,
Stay magical.